All right, guys, another episode. So, a lot of the time when you guys join my Facebook community group called the Woo in Food, if you haven't done so already, please do so. It's free, guys. So just come on in. You obviously answer a couple of questions before you come into the group. And I ask you what's kind of like your common struggle. And this really, really allows me to get to know you a little bit more and where you're at and what you're feeling. Because at the end of the day, I want to help you guys. I want to help you guys because I know what it feels like to feel overwhelmed, flustered, hot mess, and just feeling like I don't have my shit together. Let's just put that nicely, right? We don't feel like we have our shit together. And a common thing that keeps coming up is finding motivation to get fucking dinner on the table. Let me tell you about motivation, my friend. Let's just talk a little bit about exercise, right? So when you exercise, do you find fucking motivation before you get to the gym? Do you actually have you ever kind of been like, yeah, I'm going to wake up early and go to the gym? Like, no, you don't. You go to the fucking gym and you keep going, and then you start getting results and you start feeling good. Not necessarily a weight thing. It just your energy might increase. You might start to naturally want to eat better, all that kind of stuff. And then before you know it, your motivation is there because you just naturally get up. It's a new habit. And that's your motivator, right? And so the same thing with dinner. Like, I don't think that we try to find this thing like motivation to get dinner on the table. And whilst it might seem like there might be a 1, 2, 3 step, I'm going to tell you the step is to meal plan. And I know you guys are going to be like, Marylin, shut the fuck up about meal planning, but I won't, because I'm telling you, it makes your life easier. It will take this problem away. What's the problem is not being asked to cook. I know a lot of the time my listeners actually love to cook. You actually do. Most of you. Some of you fucking hate it and you're just here for the shits and giggles. And I love that. And I love you for that. But a lot of the time, some of us don't mind it, don't actually mind. But do you know what we hate? We hate the headache that comes before it, before we even get to the kitchen to actually make the bloody fucking meal. So I often say, I just map out my fucking meals, map them out, make your life easier. And you know what? Once you have everything at hand and ready to go, you naturally will just be like, okay, great. Today I'm working, let's just say from home. Cool. Blah, blah, blah. I'll pop this in the slow cooker. I'll just marinate it quickly and then dinner is done. So it's not like it's something that, you can hype up and have this, I don't know, fantasy about it being this amazing experience. But once you take the head fuck out of it and you don't have to think and go and do and unpack and, oh my God, all that shit that comes before it, you will naturally find the motivation to cook. And it's winter. So, we're all kind of like in sloth mode. We all kind of don't have that energy. So just think of dishes that can be done easily and utilizing some appliances like your slow cooker. If you do not have a slow cooker, get your ass into a department store or online and order that shit. It is amazing. I've had a previous episode with Danny from Cooking with Danny about slow cookers, and we chat all things about slow cookers and brands because she was recently on the hunt for a new one. Mine is about 10 years old, so I'm not even going to bother recommending it. But we chat all things slow cooker. And honestly, I think that utilizing appliances like this in your kitchen saves you so much time. It saves you a headache and time, and it's done. If you're a busy working woman, you could definitely just chop and prep things the night before. You could pop it in the slow cooker overnight. You could pop it in something, pop the slow cooker, then in the morning, turn it on. You could marinate something quickly the night before to just shove in the oven the next day. There's so many things, and you won't need to be worried about like, my energy and whatever, because you've done the most of the bulk work ahead of time. And another tip that I always give to you guys, and I know that a lot of you have implemented it, but if you haven't, think of me next time when you do this. When you make something like a sauce, I always use the analogy of like bolognese sauce, because everyone makes a spag bowl, let's be honest. Double or triple batch it. make it for dinner that evening, have it for dinner, and then cool the rest down. Once it's cooled down, pop it into containers and into the freezer so that you are forward thinking. You could then use that sauce for a spaghetti. You could use that sauce for a lasagna. You could then do so many things with it, and just know that you have made something and it's ready to go. You've done the bulk of work. So naturally, the motivation will be there because you've taken the headache out of it. So, short episode, short, sharp, sweet. I wish that I could be like one of those, you know, PT people that scream down your, no, actually, I don't want to be one of those people, but I wish that I could just have a little wand, wave it, and just tell you, this is what you do, and motivation will be there. So if you've lost your mojo, definitely go back to basics, plan, do things that you know on repeated. If you are in a rut and a lull and you just want to jazz up your dinners, obviously my Cucina monthly planner is there for you. It takes the thinking out of it, the headache. You get the shopping list, you simply buy the stuff and be on your merry way for the following week. It is easy, it is delicious, it is different flavors, it's going to expand your palate. But most importantly, I want you to know that whatever you're feeling is fucking normal, and don't beat yourself up over it. Don't go trying to buy shit, meaning more appliances, more this, more that. Obviously, slow cooker is very important, but don't try and go down that rabbit hole of fixing the problem when there is no problem. You just got to simply take small steps and big wins will arise from that. Till next week, I love you and leave you. And yeah, don't forget to join the Facebook community group. And obviously, so that's the Wooing Food. You can find me on Instagram at rosanos.casa. You can DM me, guys. You can leave a rating here as well. I don't know, sign up, share, follow, do all that jazz if you please. But yeah, shoot me a DM if there's anything that I can assist you with further. Until next week, ciao.